Prayer is not a ritual. Prayer is a declaration of trust. When you raise your hands, you are making a claim. Allah is enough. Hopelessness makes a counterclaim. Allah is not enough. You cannot hold both in the same heart. Those two statements cannot coexist. One of them is lying. Hands rise to the sky. The heart collapses to the ground. The action says, I rely on Allah. The feeling says, it's over. That is not harmony. That is contradiction. Islam does not tolerate this fracture of the soul. Allah does not whisper hope. Allah commands it. Do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Quran 39:53. Not advice, not poetry, not emotional comfort. A command. And it was not spoken to saints, but to sinners, broken people, overwhelmed hearts. O my servants who have wronged themselves, meaning even at your worst, despair is forbidden. Again, the command echoes, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Quran 12:87. Not sometimes, not unless things get really bad. Never. So what happens when a person prays while surrendering to despair? They are not disbelievers, but they are spiritually fractured. Their lips say Allah can. Their heart says Allah won't. This is not faith, this is mayusi, the silent betrayal of hope. Prayer with hope builds īmān. Prayer with despair exposes its cracks. Yes, the prayer exists, it still counts, but its soul is wounded, it is cracked, internally broken. And that brokenness is the warning. The problem is not the prayer. The problem is the heart denying what the prayer proclaims. Because du'a carries a hidden statement. When you pray, the action says, I rely on Allah. The heart says, I've already lost. Both cannot coexist without tearing the heart apart. Du'a is not just asking. Du'a is trust in motion, tawakkul with words. Hopelessness doesn't sit beside tawakkul. It quietly assassinates it. This is why despair that dominates the heart is sinful. Not because pain is forbidden, but because surrendering to despair denies Allah's mercy. Islam does not demand emotional perfection, it demands awareness. A believer must confront himself. I am praying, my hands are raised, but my heart is dying. This is dangerous. I must fight despair, not surrender to it. That struggle, that resistance, is īmān. Du'a with hopelessness is not kufr, but it is a fracture in faith. The hands reach for Allah while the heart has already bowed to despair. Such prayer does not strengthen faith. It exposes how close faith is to breaking, how fragile it has become. And Islam does not ignore fractures. It commands you to heal them with hope.